and I think you already told me that you disagree. I do believe that she should be going live. This is her main source of income. And she about to be facing charges. Why wouldn't I be going live to try to get my money up to pay for this? And I don't have no other job.
Because she may step up and talk about the case, and that could be detrimental if this is her case.
Right.
Right, but $2, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They were saying like, oh, she was up here like, oh, does she want to hear about the mess? Or, oh, she was talking about her mixtape. I would be up here talking about everything but the case.
She may not she might not be in the right headspace to do that though. Like, right. I mean, that would fuck.
Especially if she actually did unalive him. You just unalive somebody. Whether he did something wrong or not. At the end of the day, your life is gone.
Right, that's subjective though to the person and their experiences. So some people might need it as a distraction, so they're not crying 24/7 or thinking about unaliving themselves. Remember, T have spoken candidly about unaliving attempts that she says she took on her own life. So there may be a distraction for her to stay mentally grounded.
We are. You think they're gonna let her?
I mean, but she also controlling her environment. So obviously, she got mods that's probably gonna clean up her comments. She only letting certain people.
She's still gonna see him though, Kappa.
That's true. I mean, I'm saying it could be a distraction. But hold on, I want to go back to that clip where the guy said you driving a several ton vehicle. I rolled over a rake in my own yard with a side by side. Y'all know what that is, right? It's like an ATV but built like a car. I rolled over a rake with a thick ass wooden handle. That side by side snapped that rake in half. I was so damn mad too because that was my favorite rake. Snapped that rake in half. I have accidentally hit my own chickens because they go sit their ass in the wheel well of my side by side. I mean, it happens. A car is a weapon. Not when their guts all squished out their mouth, no. But a car is a weapon. I have hit animals, I've hit squirrels, I've heard crunches. I can only imagine mentally what that girl going through. I have heard the crunch of an animal. I've tried to avoid a roadkill animal and still hit it and heard the crunch of the bones. So yeah, she's going through. Her own conscience is beating her up. That's all I want to say.
Question is for Barb. Okay. Barb. Yes. You got a CDL, you drive for a living. If there is someone, definitely not you, if someone has a unaliving in a trash truck, do they get to go back to work immediately?
No, actually, you were pulled off. You took it immediately to the hospital to draw blood to make sure there is no drugs or alcohol in your system, and you have to sit out pending investigation.
Yeah, that could definitely be an unpaid leave too, right? That's
it depends. If it seems in the beginning that it's no fault of yours, you are absolutely paid. But if it's not in your favor, you will be arrested, and you will be bonded out because you will be provided a lawyer through the company, attorney through the company, but you will not be motherfucking working.
Yeah, that is true. But I just want to make the point, to Kiana's point, I don't think this is driving a truck. When she got in the accident, it may have been caused by what she was doing on TikTok, but her TikTok persona doesn't have to do with driving or anything of that nature. So I do believe, I know y'all talking about her mental health and all that stuff, and I do want her mental to get together. But if she want to come up here on live and talk about other stuff that has nothing to do with the case and just not address it at all while she's on live, I think.
But no, Hippie, I disagree because you got to remember, if she goes to trial with this, her character is going to be on display, and the first thing they're going to say is she didn't got back online. She didn't have a remorse. She went right back to the same place that caused the accident.
Yep. Correct.
No,
but that's up to her attorney to then argue and say, no, this is her job. She had to go up there and pretend. This is the persona that she puts all the time. Let me show you a clip from before when her grandma passed away, and then she got up there the next day. Like, that's up to her attorney to argue.
Let's be realistic. She was arguing with people on the live.
Right.
That's correct.
And then they're going to say, oh, well, y'all want to go back in time. Well, she has a record of doing distracted driving.
Yeah, that is just not good for her. Don't give them no idea.
It ain't exactly. It's too late. We already said it publicly. Thank you.
Yeah, but that's my point. I do believe that at $2 point, I agree with you. It's too late to go back and change it. The video everywhere, everybody already know what it is. But if this is the only way you get money, I would say come get your money because you got a lot of fees to
But
pay.
Hippie, why you say for her to get back on? And I understand what you're saying, and I can see both sides, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle. But why don't you just say, well, she needs to go back into the school system instead of getting back on TikTok that led her to this situation anyway?
Y'all forgetting
Come on, Drop. I said that.
I don't
When
know
I
that she
said
was
that, Drop,
making.
you jumped on me. You jumped on me, Drop. You can't double
I don't
back.
know that
You
she was
can't
making the
double
same
No,
back.
amount of
drop,
money
drop,
there.
drop
I
is
didn't jump
simply
on you.
saying to
I didn't
have
jump
some
on you for
form of
saying she should go back to
income.
school.
She just saying to have some form of income, not for her sole,
Right, I
income.
never jumped on you for that.
She
I
just
never.
saying to have something coming in.
Said
Right.
if you spending 16 hours on this mug and walking away with regular people, regular my wages, then you might as well go ahead and just go get you a job because it's too damn much. I'm not going to jail. I'm not giving you niggas my life, and I'm not going to jail and get them boys my life for entertainment purposes only. I'm not. I'm not.
I didn't jump on you though, Kappa.
At,
But the point that I
I
was
felt a
making is
little
that
jumped
it
on. I
wasn't.
felt like you
Oh,
pinched me a little bit,
no,
just a
no, no,
little
no.
pinch,
But
like
my point is doing it now instead of getting back on TikTok while this is
No,
going
I
on.
agree. No, I
Yeah,
agree
while
with
this
you.
is
I
going on.
agree
Yeah, and
with you.
like,
Right.
let's be for real. What
here's the
school
thing:
system
if
gonna hire her today? No
they're
one
gonna
gonna be
not,
all over the news in the
Her
whole
nobody.
United
lawyer,
States.
if she got a good lawyer, that's the first thing they gonna tell her. Start community service and get a damn
Yes,
job. That's the first thing that's the
At
first two
the
things
end of
they
the
gonna tell her.
day,
Oh, and don't
if
talk about it.
if
yes,
this is
I
her,
agree.
she's done, whether criminally or civil, because they're gonna sue the fuck out of her.
Exactly. So
She's
that
done
goes back
either
to my
way.
point,
If
Dollar.
this is
I feel
her,
like
she's done either way.
if you know where you make your money at, go get your money because right now you going up an uphill battle regardless. So you
Yeah,
got it.
regardless.
Like, so are you just gonna be a sitting duck and be like, I'm not gonna make any more money right now? Like, I would try to do something. Like, I would come back to live, and y'all people are gonna talk about you either way. People are talking about you, and you ain't even here. You might well come back and just host your lives and
I
try
don't
to
think
not
that.
talk about the case.
I don't think that's a good idea for her. But I'm not a lawyer nor attorney, so I don't know. I personally, I wouldn't. Fuck y'all. I'm not coming on here and saying shit.
I wouldn't either
Bitch, I'm
because
trying to stay out
I
of
would be
jail.
compelled. It's only so much a person can take. She would be compelled to say something
Now,
eventually.
I
Right,
see
but
what Hippie
Rob
is
also
saying,
has a
though.
good
I do.
paying city job. Tudala is a well paid janitor. I'm just joking. Kiana has her stuff. Kappa has her stuff. Like all of these people that don't really require the app or don't use it as their primary source of income. Of course, you're just like fuck them people. I would too.
I
But in the same context, I think this is where she makes her money.
I do agree with I see what Hippie is saying. So if she needed the money, here's what I would do. I would go live. I would not cut my camera on and I would not have my comments on. I would not say a word. I would sit there for the people that wanted to support. They could support me in that capacity. That is the only way I would do that if she has not talked to an attorney yet.
Lika,
Oh,
what
she gonna
is
talk
wrong?
to
Why
an
you keep
attorney.
putting
That's
out
just
rest in peace
crazy.
to
If she
all
has
these people in the comment? What we already know these people passed, babe. It's okay.
Who
You
said
can,
her camera was not on? Hey, NYC Queen, where you been?
girl, this is a lot. So
What do you
okay,
mean her camera was not on?
now I'm
For
gonna
what?
play a clip from the insurance people. Y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna be downstairs listening, Barb. I'll let somebody else come up and have a spot.
You got all the information.
Girl, because it was baffling to me. You get what I'm saying? To be all over, and I was just, especially when it's so many different
I mean,
perspectives of it.
they
So I
talking
was
about she
like,
should
what the
Uber.
fuck?
That's
What
what
she
we.
gonna Uber with? They got a car for
Can't say
evidence.
it's
What she
not
gonna
her.
Uber with?
That's why we saying we can't no longer say that it's not her. We know that it's T. It's national. Like Hippie just came
No,
up and
no,
said
I
what I
can't.
said.
I'm still gonna say it's alleged.
Not me.
Allegedly, I'm gonna say this while y'all talking about her coming back to TikTok. When she comes back to TikTok, and if TikTok figure out that it was really her, they taking her live, so ain't no coming back.
I was thinking too that
They
they.
talking about
It
some
already.
Uber. How you
TikTok is
gonna
going
Uber
to
and you
take her
just
platform.
allegedly unalive somebody? Come on, y'all.
Yeah,
Let's
TikTok
be
is
for
going to
real.
allegedly take her platform if they figure out that it was her. So it ain't coming back. No, ain't no coming back live.
She might have panic
And
attacks.
I personally think she leaked her own shit, but that's another subject.
You've been missing all your life.
To the person who gets to work on Monday and walk in and see on my desk that I have the claim of the woman who hit a pedestrian while she was live streaming on TikTok. Mind you, video evidence going viral. Well, actually, I'm nosy. I would love to be that adjusted, but just for the sake of the argument, I would hate to be that person, because what do you mean? And then from what I'm hearing, this is not her first time driving while live streaming. I need you guys to understand how dangerous it is driving while filming on your phone. It's one thing to be sitting in your car in a parking lot filming, being on a live, but physically driving, and you have your kids in the car. When she skirted and hit that pedestrian, her kids had more reaction than she did. She was just like, oh shit. Like, you would think she hit a pothole. And then she gets out the car, and then she's like, are you okay? And I'm guessing and she was like, oh shit, let me get off live. Cause nah, that person wasn't okay. They passed away. She
never got out the car, dummy.
Jail. You're going to jail.
She did get out the car. She did.
She did not. You can look in the video. She was not out the car.
For a long time.
No. When she turned her face sideways, she could just hit somebody. She ended it, but she did get out the car.
I didn't see her get out the car. I
I didn't see her get out the
Got
car.
out at the end. You can hear the door. She did get out. She said, I just hit somebody. She turned her face turned sideways. That was her getting ready to get out the car. Yeah, but she ended it though. She ended it. But listen, Kiana know about the insurance shit because she sell insurance. But from what I know, if you committing a crime and your insurance get involved, baby, they ain't got to pay that claim. They ain't got to pay it. Yep,
What I'm saying is, these people in these videos are saying she got out the car and said, are you okay? She did not. She was talking to her grandson when she said, are you okay?
She's talking to the son. Yeah.
Right.
Yep, the child.
We don't know what she did when she got out of the car.
She's talking to the person.
That's why I said that baby was sitting in the front. That's why I said that baby was sitting in the front seat, because her face turned sideways, not to the back. You didn't see the back of her head. You seen the side of her face.
I thought she was trying to see what she hit. I thought she was trying to see.
Nah, she was looking at him when she asked him, are you okay? Yeah, go back and look at it. She was looking at him, are you okay? And then she said, I'm going to call y'all back. I seen the video this morning 50,011,000 times because it got sent to me again.
She did not open the door and get out. TikTok Google. I mean, not on the video that we saw, which is the only video. Maybe we need to slow that mud down. I don't know.
So I got another clip. This bitch English kind of broken, but y'all can understand what she.
Not the English broken.
Y'all, I can't make this shit up. Here you go.
T-Time is going to jail. She need to go to jail. And what she did is called vehicular homicide, where you unalive somebody with your vehicle.
Vehicular.
That ain't no accent. That's ignorance. Oh, Barb, that ain't no fucking accident. I'm like waiting for her to come from France or somewhere. That's just ghetto.
The law that if you get caught texting on your phone while driving, it's a fucking felony. It's an offense. My thing is, I'm not gonna sympathize for the family. I am not gonna sympathize with no grown ass woman who knew not to be on the phone. The reason why I am so afraid to drive, because I have to drive for myself and for people. That's the truth of this matter. And the thing about it is, people are trying to dispute some things. Say, I feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for her. I only feel sorry for the man who was unalive and for his family. Okay? That's who I feel sorry for. It's so many times things like this happen, and we want to say, oh my God, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. But let me just tell you something. It's called her life and playing with somebody else's life too. And unfortunately, an accident, a mistake, or you not paying attention could ruin your whole entire life. And the thing about it is, oh shit, I hit somebody. Like, the whole thing is recorded. So you're fraudulent. You're guilty. That's it.
I had to play that one when I heard her say that. It tickled me.
When she said that she doesn't drive, it makes sense, because if you don't even know what you're driving, you probably shouldn't drive.
Right. Because you don't know vehicle.
Yeah, I was driving them over. But can I say this shit? I put a spin on this real quick. Y'all, we have watched our people. Y'all hear me? Am I clear?
Picking up.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you good.
Hold on, I'll say it in a second. Yeah, okay. Listen, I'm saying this. We have seen our people get shot down in the street. Oh my God. Let me go get on Wi-Fi. Hold on, because I want to make this point. I'm finna drive this home and then I'm going mute. Okay, I'm finna pull a hippie.
Vehicular car.
Okay, I'm finna pull a hippie. I'm gonna pull a hippie real quick. We have watched our people get shot down in the street. We have watched our people get hurt, beat by the police and everything else, right? I noticed a trend with this with Tea Time. And I noticed that us that look like us, we're coming for her throat the hardest, right? But they don't do that for us when it's very apparent and clear that they people done did a foul. We just had a lady go to jail for unaliving a woman through a door. We just had a cop get sentenced in Springfield, Illinois for unaliving a woman that had a pot of water in her hand. We don't go as hard on them and they don't go as hard for us. And that's the only thing about this really that's irritating me. Yes, that man is unalive. Yes, it's tragic. But at the same time, they calling for this woman to be, I seen a video where the man said, just take her out and run her over with a car and see how it happens. You know what? That's her sentence, right? They don't do that for us. So why is it that we circling so hard right now?
I thought that same thing just a few minutes ago to Kappa. I thought that just a few minutes ago.
It's not a race thing, Opiniana. It's not a race thing. What I'm saying is I'm talking to us about us.
You said, why are we going so hard right now talking about this?
On her.
Because this is what she would do.
I mean, actually, we would have did that to somebody else. Come on, let's be real.
Right. It don't matter who it was. It would be
because it's
yeah. I'm saying this in general. I'm saying this in general for Black people. Why are we so angry with her when they people unalive us, when they people do all kind of stuff to us, run us over, lynch us, all of this? We don't see this type of outrage from them typically, unless it's huge, like George Floyd. I'm asking.
I think that they're doing the same thing that she would do. I don't think they're doing nothing more or nothing less. I don't think there's hate behind it. We're just dissecting it like we would with any other person, just like she would.
Can I say this to Kappa? Kappa, I agree with you, and this is not about tea time, but just generally speaking, we are more harsh on each other. We are more harsh. Let's just be real. We are more harsh on each other. But for me, they saying it's not a race thing. Definitely it's going to be a race thing. This Black woman unalive a YT man. Since when is it not a race thing when that happens? Come on. They're going to make an example. If they're going to do anything, she'll be the example. Because this is landmark. I'm telling y'all. Nobody, people in the comments, when I say that, they like, no, this happened before. No, people have unalived people maybe scrolling on TikTok, but not while hosting a TikTok live. Has never happened before. This has never happened.
I'll say this, none of us are able to talk because the people who are typing in the comments while you driving, we don't know it. We'll never know it from Adam. Here's the thing. Some of y'all probably have already had a wreck and you was typing in the comments, but we'll never know because we don't, you know what I mean? Y'all got anonymity. Tea Time does not. You know what I'm saying? Some of these panelists, same thing. So I've always said that's not my judgment on her, but my judgment is we got to stop taking up for each other in our wrong over here because we are coddling each other and insulating each other in a false sense of reality out here. Yes, my husband is driving. You want to see? Here it goes. Here y'all go with this dumb shit. Y'all want to see who behind that wheel? Who hand on that wheel? His. Y'all do too much. Ain't nobody going to say after this happened, people are not still going to drive while...
just because we in the car. Just because it sounds like we're in the car don't mean we driving it. Yeah, come on, y'all.
Thank y'all. Y'all do too much. Like, this is ridiculous. What we're saying is, how can we have preventative measures going forward? Like I said, turning off the comments. That means she wouldn't have needed to have that mount on her visor or on her steering wheel, whichever one. I think it was on the visor, though. So she wouldn't need to have that.
She was looking down. The phone was on her lap.
Ooh, not good. Okay, well, I'm just saying, if she had to be like, I'm going to turn these comments off, Ace Simone, Proxy, y'all up here, keep the show going while I go get baby boy, and when I get back home, I'll start, you know what I mean, I'll turn the comments back on. That's the end of that. We need to be talking about preventative measures instead of, you know what I'm saying, ain't nobody saying pointing the finger like, oh, T, you're such a bad person, blah, 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 blah. But we're also not going to negate that there's a man who's lost his life, and I don't know if y'all know anything about widows, but baby, when a woman loses her financial husband, even if him and her make the same amount of money, that is a toll that lady got to go through from now on, not having his income there, not having his love and affection there. That is a big thing, isn't it, Tony? Tony's mother just went through that. Her life went upside down. Not you just lost your husband, you just lost your financial backing. And we gonna sit on here and insulate, oh, well, T-Time, we know her, but it's okay. Don't do that. Don't do that so the next person won't think it's okay.
I wanted to say this to the ignorant ass people in the comments. Y'all be so fucking stupid. This has never happened with a TikTok live host. It's happened with YouTube, I know of. I haven't checked Instagram, but no one has been possibly charged with unaliving someone while hosting a TikTok live. They
No, you're
have with
absolutely correct.
scrolling
They was
TikTok.
discussing that last night.
Damn, y'all stupid. Y'all listen to what the fuck y'all want to hear. Words have meanings. Listen to them. Sentences have context. I made
What
a
I'm
specific
also going to
point.
say
Jingle
is,
bell, wait. Jingle bell, you know you in the box? Because I got people in the queue. It jingle bells. No? Okay, let me let you go.
I see where drop. I see the avenue that drop is going down. Drop is saying this is probably going to set precedent for some things because people already be out the TikTok already. They be
Thank
saying
you.
TikTok this and TikTok that and TikTok. Y'all spending too much time on TikTok. You doing so. TikTok is the villain in America right now. Y'all do know that. So this is just one more thing for Congress and so on and so forth to say, hey, y'all got TikTok. Y'all got these people so addicted to your app that they are unaliving people because y'all are letting them stream for hours on end. That's, I think, the avenue that, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the vein you're trying to go down.
It's definitely going to fall on TikTok.
Yes. With
it's definitely gonna fall on
even
TikTok.
these people being able to
And
sue TikTok, all kind of stuff. There's gonna be changes. There's gonna be laws. It's so much stuff is gonna happen because
But you know what?
first time
TikTok is gonna say no, because we got rules that say they can't drive. How they broke them? They broke it, not us. We told them what they can and cannot do. She tried to beat the system and go beyond the law by putting up a green screen.
Can I say something real quick? Because I don't want to get too far past and people be like, y'all talked about that a minute ago. I wanted to say I disagreed a little bit. And, Auntie, I never did disagree with you, Kappa. But in regard to the race thing, because I genuinely thought about it, if this was in the reverse, and if we had found out that there was a YT man or a YT woman that was on live recording and they hit a black person, we will be even more fucking outraged, in my opinion, especially with it being publicized. I feel like it is a lot more attention because it's publicized on a social media app. That I can agree with. And I do feel like she's getting more attention than she would normally if we didn't find out about it being on TikTok. But I do feel like race-wise, if it was the reverse, it would be even more outraged because once people would have found out that a YT person hit a black woman or a black man, we would have went the fuck off. You feel what I'm saying? Because now we just watched a red rum of one of ours. You feel what I'm saying? On social media. I feel like the outrage would have been different. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay, let me respond. What I said was twofold. I said it seemed like we're going harder on us. We go harder on us. Then is that Pretty June again with a different profile picture? Okay, we go harder on
Turn
us.
that Pretty June up because I don't know who the fuck that is in that monkey shit. We not doing that shit over here.
They need to get rid of TikTok.
Okay, so we go harder on us. What I was saying was we go harder on us when it's us, like we run us in the ground. What I also said was we don't see that same energy from them when one of they people run afoul to us. That's what I said. I didn't say we wouldn't be up in arms because it don't take much for us to be. It don't take much for us to be up in arms about something, right? I'm not gonna say we ain't gonna talk about it, spread it, da. I said we're going real hard. We tend to go real hard on us and police us.
Right.
But when it comes to them, they don't police their own and go as hard unless it's something really big and you can't ignore it, like George Floyd, like this. And George Floyd started because we kicked it off and they joined in. That's what
Some
I
of them
said.
joined
It's
in.
twofold.
Some of them.
Yeah,
But can I say that's to like a benefit and a curse though? Like that's to a benefit and a curse because we are also the same people that say the YT community is out of control, and that's to the effect of them not checking their own and us checking our own is the reason why we don't have as much mad shit
that's
like
this. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Can I say this? Please, y'all, let's not, I'm just being real. I'm sorry. If this don't sound insensitive, please don't do the comparison thing, especially with the race card. Because you're saying that she's in a racist town. So if we start putting the rhetoric of, oh, y'all, she killed a white man, but don't do that because then they're going to go back into researching her. What was her platform about? Oh, it was about not have, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a wholesome platform.
About side chick.
She was a single mother. She was a single mother. She was a government. She bragged about receiving Section 8 benefits. They will nail that girl. That's not even give them that ability. Don't play the race card on this one, y'all. Leave it out of the equation so they cannot penalize her for us playing the race card in her situation.
Oh, but they gonna play the race card because she is black and
do a drop, but they're gonna use every card they can in order to
die. Exactly.
and it's on social media.
But they not going. They can't use my statements. They can't use my statements. I wasn't in the live. I wasn't involved. She wasn't on the phone with me. They can't use my statements. I'm just making a general observation. I'm making a general observation about us circling and policing us real hard. I'm not saying we shouldn't. What I'm saying is, most of the time, we've had 2 young men in college get strung up in a tree down south. Have any of y'all posted about it?
No. A lady and her children were unalive too. I saw somebody doing a live about that. An African lady and her children were unalived. Her and her children.
I've shared now, also shared the fact that they thought it was a serial unalive.
The thing is, she is known on the side.
Women going missing. But
if those individuals was known over here, I'm quite sure we would have talked about it. But that's just reality. We don't know them, so they're not going to be talked about. But we do know T or are associated with her, so that's why.
Y'all, we only got 2 more things, and we can change this live. Though, let's close that 2 out so we see something different. I'm tired of looking at it. Taking so long. Y'all must be tired of looking at it.
Talk about what you're familiar with.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Kiana. Okay, let me know when y'all ready for the next video.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop and get somebody else to buy.
I just want to say this. I want to say that if you look at the video, her phone was not mounted. Her phone was on her lap.
In her lap.
That's why she was looking down at us. It was not. She was not looking straight ahead. She was not looking up at the dashboard. She was looking down. Her phone was on her lap, guys. Okay, I just want to bring up.
I just wanted to say real quick before I leave, Barb, please follow this page because this is the new page. And thank you for having me up. I do pray for both sides because this is a sad situation all the way around.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it is.
So that's all I got.
And y'all, I'm just playing devil advocate. I'm just playing devil advocate. I'm just bringing up topics to talk about, y'all. That's it.
Right. So she was still hands free. I agree with that, Jay Lovely. But she's still hands free. They wanted mounted to where you can still.
They wanted an amount, a holster or a mount. Yeah, that's what hands free is. And they want Bluetooth. They don't want you to use your fingertips for nothing. They want Bluetooth or voice activated. It's in the law.
They don't want you to have it on your lap. Duh.
Yeah. Because how many times have your phone slid and you've been reaching for it?
In Illinois, it says that you can't be on social media at all.
Yeah, a period. Oh, no, she was wrong all the way around. Yeah, period.
Y'all got that law in Illinois?
Yes, we have that law. You can't be on social media. You can't be recording yourself. You can't be video conferencing. You can't use no laptop. Yeah, we got that law.
Well, I mean, I guess that all would fall under distracted driving. So, okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's a homie. Or not homie, it's an unalive and involved, so that makes it a felony. It bypassed the normal fine that you would get if they just caught you. It can make it a felony. Let me correct myself. Can make it a felony.
So
and they do it too, y'all.
You wanted to say something before I play the clip? Candy Girl.
I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you, because everybody keep talking about no one's in these clips and this, that, and the third. It's us that's making this woman look bad because we continue to talk about it. But what really makes her look bad, and they will use it, in court, and these people already want to try to make an example out this woman, people are recording what y'all are doing. So by y'all going from live to live, telling people that y'all going to dox them, get them fired, and talking about pulling their kids,
Bango.
they going to use that again.
Bango. I was going to ask, did anybody know how that looked yesterday? When people said they was going to have somebody's CDL license taken, when I tell y'all, I was utterly like, wait, what? We're going to have to see that may be y'all guilty. So, but Lord have mercy.
So Rusty from that other side over there with Zabia or whatever, he was in her panel again and said that he could do it better or something like that, but he was not both hands on the wheel. Like, clearly we saw his hand come in the camera several times and even picked up his phone. So, they were still doing that capping thing, and somebody did come in there and say, that they had his information and they was calling DOT and stuff like that.
Oh well, yeah.
Can you hear me now, Barb?
How do
Yeah,
y'all
we
feel
can hear you
about
now.
that?
I mean, he gonna lose his job.
No,
They
no, no,
doing
no.
that
I
to him
mean,
because they're being hypocritical. They were real hypocritical about the situation.
He
But
can't
all
pay
the
you for
while,
leave his
he's in the
job.
box doing the same thing y'all saying shouldn't be done.
Can you hear me now, Barb?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm not going to insult
Morning.
anybody because that's not always a recourse. We can have an adult conversation without insulting people and calling people stupid because they don't agree with your opinion. In 2024, Jack Doherty crashed his vehicle while live streaming on Instagram. In 2016, Onasi Rojas, while streaming on Instagram,
stupid ass.
crashed her vehicle. And Obasi, I can't pronounce her name, in 2017, an 18-year-old crashed and killed her 14-year-old sister who was a passenger while live streaming. This
Yep.
is not
Put it in Snapchat.
landmark.
Yep.
This is not new. It falls under distracted driving. So before you call people stupid because
Oh
they don't
my
agree
fucking
with you,
god!
dig a little bit deeper. Okay?
So to the
Thank you.
dumbasses, I'll
On
say it
TikTok,
again.
Candy. She's talking about
To
on
the
TikTok.
dumbasses who don't understand
You guys
words
can't
and
have a normal
sentences,
conversation without
to the
insulting people.
dumbasses
They
that
don't
don't
call for
understand
all of
words
that.
and sentences, to the dumbasses who
Stupid
don't
ass.
understand words and
Go whisper
sentences,
in your phone.
this has never fucking happened with
Top.
So
Only
what would
that
make it
definition. Yeah.
landmark?
Kappa, why you finish?
What
it's
will make it
landmark on
landmark?
Because
TikTok.
they muted her. Yeah,
It's
it's TikTok. She
landmark
Exactly.
did
with
say that.
TikTok. I never
He
said
said that. He
it's a
said
shame
TikTok.
that you fucking people
So
don't
But,
listen to
okay.
so
words.
how is it
I never
landmark on
fucking said that
TikTok
this
when
never
It's
multiple
not,
happened.
people have done
I've
things
never
on
said,
TikTok
okay, I'll
being
let you finish,
distracted?
then I'll go.
it's
Because
not
that
going to be
always
precedent
happens. You
setting.
always try to
It's
Please.
not going to be
contradict
It's
me.
precedent
not
setting.
precedent. It's not.
It's precedent for TikTok, dumbass.
For TikTok policy, yes, it will be. But for the
God
law, this has
damn it.
already happened. That lady that did the live streaming that unalived her sister, she actually then went to Snapchatted her sister body and was laughing, and they got her and convicted her because of that. I remember that Snapchat one. Where drop go? Did somebody drop?
Well, she
I did.
had a mental illness. If she Snapchatted her body and posted it, the girl was
She
lost.
did. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she's
did. They
crazy.
went on Snapchat and took and got it, and they convicted her on that. She was laughing
That's
about it, like,
crazy.
"Oh
Yeah,
my
she
God,
obviously had a
my
mental
sister
issue.
messed up."
She's
Yeah,
messed
she was
up.
like, "My sister messed up," but she was live streaming, speeding down the road, and then when she crashed and the car flipped over, her sister unalive, she snapped her sister's body. I don't know if she knew her sister was unalive, but they got all that and they put that up, and she went to jail.
Right. As somebody put in the comments, it is not landmark for social media. TikTok is just social
I never
media.
said it was
It's
landmark for
not,
social media. I'll
it's
let you
not,
finish, then I'll go.
so it's not landmark in the eyes of the law. It's not landmark. Otherwise, they would have made examples out of those other people who they were charged. It's
I
not
never said it was.
landmark
I never said
for
it was landmark in the eyes of
social
the law.
media.
I never
So
said it was landmark in the eyes
what
of
are
the
they
law.
going to do differently for TikTok when it falls under the veil of social media? What's going to be so different?
Okay, so I guess you didn't hear Kiana either. There's always already an issue in this country. Nobody's trying to take down Instagram. Nobody's trying to take down YouTube. Nobody's trying to take down Facebook. The country is trying to take down. Our Congress people are trying to take down TikTok. So this is another clip in their belt to try to take down TikTok. So TikTok is going to be scrambling to get things done. You're going to see some changes in TikTok. You're going to see some changes in the way that the government handles TikTok. I've never said that there was a landmark incident for social media because we know all the time that people unalive people just by scrolling on social media. But there's never been an instance on TikTok Live ever that a host unalive somebody. That's what I said, and I was very clear in my words when I said it.
TikTok was taken over by the government, I believe, effective September. So I don't think
No,
they're
it
getting rid
wasn't.
of it.
Lady Bob.
If I recall, and I can research it, but I know effective September it was going to be handled by some other group. Y'all can look that up, okay? But at the end of the day, this is not landmark. It falls under social media. It falls under distracted driving. Okay. I don't think that they're going to shut down TikTok because of this.
It's landmarked to TikTok. They're trying to shut down TikTok for less. They've tried to shut down TikTok for less, lady. That's why you just said the government take it over. You don't even understand the words that's coming out of your mouth.
I do understand the words coming out of my mouth. So relax.
She right. She right though. Trump did try to force a sale to like Oracle and a whole bunch of private equity investors, but the government got involved. I don't know if that went through though.
Thank
Do
you.
anybody know if it went through?
I know that they said effective September 9th.
They say Oracle bought them. They say Oracle is the new owners.
Oracle did buy them?
Like
Okay.
recently, within the last month, I believe.
They went, but okay, right, because they wanted to get TikTok out of China. So if they are already on TikTok's head, you don't think this is going to add to their
But I'm
issue?
trying to figure out what else can they do? They already have laws about distracted driving or driving while on TikTok. So what else can they do?
She's saying maybe
I'll give you
maybe run a lawsuit to TikTok. So basically the state could pick up a negligence charge, which would set precedent, but against TikTok, like she was literally driving and y'all didn't take that live down. They did try it with if y'all look it up.
But then see,
the state of Illinois,
they did it with the pew pew
TikTok will come after
the state of Illinois
though.
already sued TikTok and won. The state of Illinois already sued TikTok and won for stealing biometric data.
And they
did TikTok would then come after Tea Time because she put up a green screen trying to beat the system. So TikTok is not really involved here because they gave the laws. Don't do this.
Right. They might not have culpability. Right.
If I could give y'all an example, and this is the example I've been using. The pew pew manufacturers went all the way to the Supreme Court, if I'm not mistaken, because people are able to put a switch on it and make the pew pew a automatic
auto. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So even though that they had no negligence in it, they say they created their weapons to do what they're supposed to do, but people have found a way to circumvent doing making it capable of doing something else. That didn't stop people from suing the pew pew manufacturers and going all the way up to the Supreme Court. So we can sue people for whatever we want to sue people for. And if that family wants to sue TikTok for not keeping her or not allowing her to have that green screen up while she's driving or detecting that while she's driving, they can do it. And it's easier to settle than to fight. A lot of things are settled out of court because it's cheaper to settle
definitely gonna
than
get
to fight.
sued.
Yes, go ahead. Highly faced.
Hi, Barb.
Hi.
So I'm definitely one to ask questions and then use analytical thinking. I'm not one to say that what I say is end all be all. So I just had like a question for maybe Kappa or someone who's in the Illinois area. My question is, because there is a video out and because it is all over social media, this happened on Monday, from what we know. T has not been arrested, and I know they said under investigation, but just from my experience of seeing things, if they have something that's on camera, someone's life has been taken, and if those two situations coincide, like an arrest can be made for something, and then they would add on or take off charges additionally. Am I right, or is that not how it works in Illinois? Like, for instance, if I go and they see me stealing in the store, they don't know exactly what I stole or how much I stole, but they do have video proof that I've stole something. They would be able to arrest me because they have the video proof and it is out there. Does that make sense?
Yes, I understand. So what I believe, and this is strictly what I believe happened. I wasn't there, so I'm gonna put that disclaimer in there. When you get into an accident in this state, as with most states, and the police respond, they take the statements of the witnesses and the people that was involved, if all parties can give a statement. Obviously, this man, when the police arrived in the ambulance, he was unconscious and couldn't give a statement, right? So they had Tea Time to go by her story. I don't believe Tea Time probably disclosed, hey, I was live streaming and reading a comment, and when I looked up, the man was on my hood. So with that being
Right, but
said,
we have the video now, though.
right, but the police didn't have the video at the scene. So
Okay.
they probably thought that a pedestrian stepped out into the street. She was going, a decent amount of speed, not nothing crazy like 100, but she was doing 35, 40, whatever the speed limit was or close to it. And he got hit. So what they was working on the premise that it was just a simple mistake. She didn't see him. He stepped out. It was dark, whatever. Once I guess people started sending the live stream videos to the police. Now they have additional information that at the time she may, and let me preface this by saying may have been live streaming when the accident occurred. So now that she's not in custody, they have to build a case to obtain a warrant. And they might even go so far as to go ahead and run it through the grand jury. She is not a risk because we have that law in Illinois where if you're not a risk to society at large, you're not going to sit in jail. Okay. We have a bondless, cashless system in Illinois where if I go out here and I just same situation, I do it though, right? Knock on wood. I'm not going to go out here and get my car and just run it and start running people over. But if I take my car and run through the mall and try to hit people, they're going to lock me up on the scene. You see what I'm saying? I'm dangerous to society. She's not dangerous to society. This was a one-off, unfortunately, that ended this way. So even if they do indict her, they may not even make her pay a bond or bail to even get out of jail. It depends on what they indict her on. She got to be deemed, and that's a separate hearing. She has to be deemed a danger to our society in order for her to sit in jail or have to pay a bond to get out. You see what I'm saying? So at the time of the accident, the police didn't have all the facts. They're going to build the strongest case they can. They have to run it up the flagpole to the district. We have district attorneys. They have to run it to the district attorney, but somebody said a U.S. state attorney was involved. That's federal. I don't see this going federal. Anyway, once they present that case, the district attorney will decide which way they want to go. And then at that point, they may issue a warrant, and then they'll allow her to come in, turn herself in, mugshot, fingerprint, all of that. Then they'll do a bond hearing if they feel like she's a danger.
But Kappa, since they didn't arrest her.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna step away real quick and use the restroom.
Since they didn't arrest her on the scene, now she has to go in front of the grand jury.
They may go to the grand jury first and get the indictment first, then arrest her. Or no, they don't have to. They don't have to for a warrant. They can literally apply for a warrant and then go pick her up or have her turn herself in. Then
But I mean, the warrant would
they can
come
do
from
it either
the grand
way.
jury because of the grand
No,
jury
the warrant come
indicting
from
her
the
since they
judge.
didn't arrest her.
No. The warrant can come from a judge. It can come from a judge signing off on it. You don't have to have a warrant from an indictment. Either way, it can happen either way in our state. The judge can sign
Sorry,
it.
but Ms.
They wait
Rob,
judges.
you always seem like you just know everything about every state, about every law, about you got a story for everything.
I
And
do.
I used to like
I'm
you.
sorry
You
you
know
ain't live.
everything about everything.
Oh,
That
I
is
do. I'm very,
annoying.
very intelligent. I thank God for
It's
that.
impossible to
Unfortunately,
know
a lot of y'all not.
everything. You might know a
She's
little
right.
bit about a
No,
lot, but you don't know
she right
everything.
though.
Exactly. So what is she talking
They
about?
can indict, or they can get a warrant by bench. They call it warrant by bench. The bench can sign off. Oh, we got enough. Go on ahead, bring her in, and then they go still before they take her to court. They must indict her. They got to do it. They got to
But
indict
since they
her.
didn't arrest her on scene, they have to indict her. That's the point that I was making. So
Well, they can still they can go back to the judge and represent the new evidence and still get him to sign off to bring her in.
Right.
No, they can do either or still.
At the scene to arrest her.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's why she's not arrested now.
But they can go back and say she misinterpreted. We got to bring her in. She's still on social media.
'Cause we
got
don't
to
know
bring her
what
in,
she
and then the
told
judge.
them.
Yeah, exactly. A judge can sign off on any warrant to bring your ass in. Period. A judge can in
We don't know
Illinois.
if
Some states
any
they
other witnesses
can't.
around. We don't know what she told the police when they got there.
Okay, so that was my
So,
question because then everything else like we're doing, and I'm not saying that nobody shouldn't do what I'm not judge, jury, or I'm not. I just feel like then everything else is speculation because whatever she told the police officer on the scene, and then what we have here is what we have here, and that's all we have since nobody has inside information of what did exactly happen, right?
And then the reason why, let me explain the reason why they do a grand jury. When they do the grand jury, it's secret. So you may not even know you about to come down on indictment. They do that when they want to catch you, slipping. So then now you got an indictment and they run it. A judge
People
warrant.
are saying that she lied and said she was not on the phone. Where's the information
But
stating
no,
that
we don't
she
know
told the
that. We
police?
don't know that. We don't know that.
Exactly.
We don't know that.
Exactly. The people are saying
Yeah.
that she's a danger so that they wouldn't want to live where she lives. people are on their phones. Every time I get in my car, I see people on their phones. I've seen bus drivers with a bus full of kids on their phone. So to say, oh, I wouldn't want her in my neighborhood or I wouldn't want her in my city, you guys are just being hateful because people are on their phones. If that's the case, don't leave your house.
They probably told her not to leave the county or the state or whatever until the investigation is done.
They might be waiting for the autopsy too. You know,
he already released it.
No, they already released it.
Oh, they released the autopsy.
They already said the cause is blunt
force trauma.
Look in the comments. I'm not one to make up things or lie. I've seen it several times. They did say it in the comments.
Y'all keep in mind, she's not a violent. We got that violent offender statute. She's not a violent offender. She did this. It's a one-off. She don't got no criminal record. You know, they ran her background. So going off of what they may have been told at the scene, it seemed like a tragic accident, and she had that child with her. So giving compassion out, because we don't know who showed up at the scene, giving compassion, thinking it's an accident, that just a tragic accident, they let her go. Now this time around, if you want to rush and get the warrant, they go to a judge. But you run the risk that you're going to lose that case if you go to trial. If you got time, they go to the grand jury because then they get to parse out the evidence and they get to test it. And you can go to